Hello and welcome to One Stop Co-op Shop Streamed, your one stop for co-op news and playthroughs. And today we are playing through Marvel Champions with my boy Terence. What's up, Terence?
Not too much. How's it going? Excited for Loki starting. So I gotta
You
see
did see
that on
that. We
Wednesday.
won't talk about that on the stream though. We don't want to spoil too much. But do we want to give initial impressions as far as like what we think of it without giving away anything story based?
I mean, it's having setting up something pretty epic. That
But let's not even go that
they
far.
is definitely
Let's not
a
even go
really
that
good
far.
pilot.
I think in and of itself, even forget what's to come. I think it is probably my favorite opening show of a series that we've had, of any of these Marvel series. And I like WandaVision a lot, but I think it's great.
I did feel like WandaVision started a little slow for
Yeah.
some people, and Loki is definitely not that.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. I was very, very happy with it. All right, so I actually have Covert Ops here, which is interesting. I also have Hard to Ignore, Nerves of Steel, Winter Soldier. I mean, I got a ridiculously good opening hand. The problem is all of it's ridiculously good, right? Well, Winter Soldier is definitely not going to be in that opening hand. Gosh, do I do Covert Ops because I got the strength, or do I draw for something hopefully better? I mean, the only thing I don't have is a preparation, which will allow me to draw a card. Well, I get rid of Covert Ops and I probably put Nerves of Steel in, right?
It's pretty
I mean,
good.
considering I'm a protection defensive deck, I guess we should say what we're doing here. We kind of mentioned this on the stream last week, where we are trying to take on Collector with two heroes that we thought would be a challenge to take on Collector. This is Expert, of course. So I went with Black Widow, who is tough against Protector because she wants to have a lot of preparation cards down, obviously, and all those cards would end up in the collection. And you went Thor, and so why is that a challenge?
Thor's kit is known for wanting to pull minions to draw cards, but obviously any minion that you kill goes in the collection, except any that have victory. But since we're not playing campaign, I don't think there are any that have victory. So any minion that you pull out is like obviously like if you get a minion, you have to deal with it, and that's just that. But if you actively use his like Defender in the Nine Realms, or if you put in like Looking for Trouble, which is one of the newer aggression cards that actually like actively pulls minions, each of those is now a thing that if you kill it goes in the collection. You can only have 5 per player. So like Thor's entire kit kind of gets shut down by like the thing that he actually wants to do, similar to Widow, is like get minions, and it kind of you can do it, but it definitely hurts you.
Right. So if you haven't seen Collector before, what are you doing? You should be watching us every week, and we've definitely played against Collector before. But bottom line is there's 2 ways to lose this mission, in addition to obviously just getting killed completely. One is there's only one scheme. If it gets to 20, you lose. The other thing is if there's 5 cards in the collection per player, you also lose. So, and he's basically any card that has hit the table and then is removed from the table gets put in the collection. So that's why we're saying preparations that you use go to the collection. Now you can get cards out of the collection by exhausting your hero or spending 2 resources, but boy, that's an expensive way to to get stuff back. But I mean, you kind of have to. But
though, if you have armored her whatever suit, it does ready her when you use a prep. So you could, in theory, use a prep, ready her, and then use that ready hero on when it comes to your turn to get that card back out. So it could be not
that's
super
true.
terrible.
Didn't even think about that. But let's not forget during setup we're supposed to add a card to the collection, so let's both add our top cards. We probably should have done that before we mulliganed all. Oh, you kidding me?
Speaking of Sensu.
And it just goes to discard pile, right? If we pay for it?
Yep.
That's terrible. That is truly... Wait a minute. We were supposed to do that before we drew our cards. I'm going to shuffle back up and redraw that. Hey, remember how you made me save it beforehand so that we could restart it if we needed to? Yeah, that might need to happen. All right, in player order, each player must choose to either put the top card of their deck face up into the collection or take 3 damage.
I just took the 3 damage.
Too. Yeah. I mean, I'll just recover. Yep.
Just gonna heal up. Well, at that point, you could just get a card out of the collection too.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the same thing. Yep. All right. So you want to go?
Well, the difference though is you get to pick. If you put a card in the collection, you can pick which
That's
card
a
you
good
take
call.
out.
Yeah, I'll just put my card face up in the collection then. Acrobatics. Well, we know Synsuit is the one that's coming out. that was a good call, Terence. I didn't even think about that. You want to go first, or you want me to go first? I mean, my turn's pretty straightforward, I think. No, you go first then.
It's up to you.
Got a card draw for us.
No. I mean, what card draw do I have?
All right, go ahead and take your turn.
All right. So I will use Milner because I drew it in my opening hand to pay for downtime. And then I'll pull it back in my hand.
Good.
I will flip, pay the 2 energy to put out his helmet. Not exactly what I wanted, but
terrible.
Hey, I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked a resource card, but you know.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Then I'll pay Mjolnir, and then we should flip this.
Yes.
The main team, and then I will attack him for 3. Down
Seems
to 25.
good.
Unless you think I should pull something out of the collection, but
no, I think that's right, just in case. I mean, do I covert ops is the question. 4 threat and confuse a villain seems good. The problem is, what do I sacrifice, right? I mean, Unflappable is not getting played. So should I play Safe House? The problem is
it you could play? Can't you play Lily everything else? If you play Nerves of Steel.
Well, yeah, let's do this. Let's do Nerves of Steel. That's an obvious one. I'm definitely doing that.
And then you actually could use both of those cards to put out your Hard to Ignore and your Unflappable.
Oh, you think Unflappable instead of Safe House?
I mean, it depends. Like, how much are you flipping, and how much are you going to be defending? I guess is the question.
I'm not going to flip as much. You're right. Unflappable. Well, yeah. Because here's the thing with defending. You're right. I'm going to need to get cards out of the collection. I mean, Unflappable, the only thing that is painful about it is it's like once, right? Whereas
it's once, and you don't have you're not set up for defense right now. So that would be the only reason to potentially not play Unflappable. I mean,
at some point, Unflappable is the draw a card one. Never mind. Oh, I'm definitely playing that.
But only if you don't take any damage.
Come on. Like, at some point, I'm not going to be taking damage. I'm sorry. I got confused as to what that was. I thought that was unexhaust yourself one time. No. Unflappable is definitely the right call there.
Yeah, I mean, this is the defense setup, right? Like, you can't be...
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't be happier with
right.
that.
These 3 cards together... I set my thing to 15%. No, you're right. That's a great first turn. And, Safe House, as good as it is, it's not great in this deck because I don't have a million preparations. But I am putting... Oh! So there was something interesting. Huh. I could have put... Hold on. Let me rewind a little bit. Oh, do you have to exhaust as a hero to get something out?
Yeah.
Oh, because if not, I could have put Acrobatics in my discard, used Safe House to pull it out, and then I could have used Acrobatics to pay for Unflappable, potentially.
I mean, if you want, I can pull it back. I can pull it out instead of attacking. That's the advantage of me being first player.
Would that let me do everything I want?
You have to draw your hand back up.
I think I need one more card.
And math it out, right?
Because I would have to pay... No, I'm good. That's fine. I think you're right. This is a great first turn. Not going to complain about it. Would have liked to have gotten some threat off the main scheme, but I do have Hard to Ignore. So hopefully I draw some defensive cards. All right, let's...
So you exhausted. Are you pulling something back, or what are you doing?
I thought I was taking Synsuit, but I forgot to do that. Thank you for reminding me.
Cool. Draw up. A good 4-card hand, man.
Clea's nice. When defeated, shuffle her back into your deck. So again, she's perfect for a collector because she doesn't go away. And this deck is full of stuff like that. Just to keep these a little bit separated so we remember that the genius was yours, acrobatics was mine. All right, so first things first, we had 2 threats to the main scheme. Then we are going to have him attack. He would attack you first. You have to ready up, sir.
I think I'm just going to eat this for now with that 16 hit point pull.
Yeah. Seems
All right,
good.
so that's 4.
Oh, Shadows of the Past. I like getting rid of that early. That is sweet. And then, I mean, I defend. There's almost 0 chance that I block it all at this point because I didn't get a defensive card in my hand. But if I get lucky with a 0 pull, boom, boom, boom. That is not a 0 pull. That is definitely a punch to the face pull. That wasn't great. Gotta be honest. Was not great. All right.
How many defense events are you running?
9. I mean, basically everything that is not a permanent in play event is a defensive event in my deck.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I got to thin my deck first. That's part of the key, obviously. Go ahead.
Gotcha.
It might be 12 even.
Cool.
I don't remember. Hey, you get to draw 2 cards. All right. When revealed, put the 2 lowest cost cards you control face up in the collection. If you cannot... Oh, the lowest, not the 2 lowest. I was like, oh my gosh. Hard to ignore. Because I got 3 of those. I only have 1 unflappable. Alrighty.
I have a question for you. If this is super critical to your deck, I mean, I do this too. I only put 1 of it. I can only play 1 of it. What are your thoughts on putting more than 1 copy of a card like that?
It's an interesting thought.
For consistency,
so
obviously.
Getting it early. I don't know how critical it is to get it early. I mean, I think anytime I get it, I feel good about it. Even though I forgot what it was 2 seconds ago. That's how important it is to you. You know me, I forget stuff like that. I don't know. Now, the real question, I mean, we're not doing diddly about this main scheme. I mean, Cleo will take 1 off of it, but that's not wonderful. And I don't know. Maybe she'll chump for you this turn. All right, so she's going to scheme for 1, or thwart for 1. I'm going to play downtime to put in Widow's Gauntlet, and then use a Gauntlet to put in Acrobatics.
Are you doing this just to thin your deck?
I mean, yeah,
basically,
right? Like, I mean, yes, downtime would be nice, but I got a 2 for 1 there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I need to do the first time through. I mean, I should be getting defensive events. I'm assuming I'm getting at least 1, maybe 2 on this next hand. It's very unlikely for me not to get defensive cards. I just got unlucky on that first draw.
Yeah. I mean, it happens every so many hands, right?
And to be honest, I haven't gotten any at all. So, I mean, maybe I shuffle this up better. But, like, there's definitely a bunch in there. Maybe 12 of the 25 left. So, half of the cards are, like, defense, I feel like. All right.
Cool.
Go for it.
So, I think I really want this Queen Carrier. But at the cost of what? So, I play this.
Oh, did you need me to do 1 here so you could chase him down? I'm sorry. Would that have been better? I mean, clearly that would be better if you think you're going to play chase him down.
I definitely would love to play chase him down. So I'm going to
add 1 threat back on the scheme, and we'll add 1 damage over here, because you do 3, right?
Yeah, I guess part of... If I chase them down, it just gets rid of my confused, so I don't know how big a deal that is.
Probably better than just 1 thwart. I feel like that's... And it gets rid of your minion. Don't forget the other benefit of that, right?
Yeah, I mean, my other option here is I can not play chase them down and use Quinn Carrier and chase them down to get rid of... To put combat training out and just hit them for 4. Never mind.
I won't do that. I will stick with my original plan. I think that's...
Do you think that's probably the better plan, right?
Better, just actually. I don't even think it's questionably better. I think it is for sure better.
It just, I'm still holding on.
Because you don't, confused. I mean, confused,
so I gotta remember to put this up there.
You have is chase them down, right? And you're 1 thwart.
Yeah, I've chased them down. I have Defender of the Nine Realms, and I have this card. You'll pay for that. This is actually a really good thwarting card in aggression. That is how I get rid of side schemes, basically. Gotcha. It's like, you hit me a lot. Now I just got rid of that side scheme. uh, which is sometimes fantastic because you can use it to get rid of side schemes that you weren't able to get rid of on the player side, but before like the hazard token actually
Yeah, I
activates.
guess the big negative right now is we don't have a whole lot we're doing about main scheme.
For
Yeah,
thwarting.
you were right about that. We don't have a lot. But I think that's okay. I'm hoping we're going to get some stuff. All right, desperate defense, at least it's something. When your hero defends against an attack, +2 defense. If you take no damage, ready your hero, which seems exactly what I want. And I can cancel the boost icons, worst case scenario, and then I will ready myself. I'll get a card draw. All of that seems good, right? The only negative here, endurance is a pretty necessary card for this deck too, because I want to be at max hit points for a couple of my cards. So endurance just gives me a 3 hit point buffer,
Which would put you at max.
So a couple of my cards, not a lot, but a couple of them.
Do you have like momentum shift and stuff to heal up?
No, I don't. I mean, I just couldn't fit it in, right? There's only so much you could put in your deck.
It's a good problem to have
no, it
now.
feels like there's a bunch of good options in there. I mean, honestly, because I can confuse the villain, I feel like at least once a game, I'm going to flip. You know what I mean? To get all my stuff back.
How many of those do you have? Are they both in your discard pile? Covert Ops.
Yes, they are both. They are both in
There's two.
Pile. I only have
you only have two,
this
right?
first time through it probably won't happen unless it's just desperate, right? So
yeah.
All right. So it is the villain's turn. I am going to defend and play desperate defense using Nerves of Steel. So that's +2. So I'm defending for 4. He's attacking for 2 + 1. So I did defend it all. And this says if I defend it all, then ready your hero. And then I also get to draw a card. Ooh, Dance of Death, which is nice. Although Grappling Hook may be more along the lines of what I play here. I mean, Starhawk's not bad. It's an extra thwart and 2 attack. I mean, he'll just keep coming back to my hand, right? Like I never chump with him or anything else. But
the somewhat interesting thing with Starhawk, though, is you can use him to like block minions.
That's true, because
actually, and just like keep them around, and if you don't want to put them in the kind of collection, I guess.
Do you want me to chump with Clea?
All right.
I mean, I think that's why I got her, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy to not take damage.
Attack for 2 plus 1 more, so that's 3 that Clea takes. When she is defeated, she just gets shuffled in my deck.
I think it's the opposite of deck then.
I mean, it's still good to block 3 damage. I mean, it would have been better if it was 5 damage, obviously, but still not going to complain about it. Oh.
Cool. Treachery cards for you, right? Or encounter card?
Yes. Yep. Alrighty. Oh, Hinder. When defeated, the player who defeats this scheme may play a card from their hand, reducing its cost by 3.
Oh, nice. Villain attacks me.
Did you want me to defend for you? Hold on. Before you... I guess you already flipped it. I mean, I don't have any defensive cards, but...
Do you want to defend? Or do we want you up for thwarting?
We'll probably want me up for thwarting. How many are on this? Hinder 2, so that's 7?
5. 7.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So are you going to defend, or are you just going to take it?
I'm just going to eat it for now.
3? All right. So now the question is Grappling Hook or Starhawk the right play here? I mean, I guess theoretically I could say Dance of Death also, but...
Man, I don't know. It feels bad because like I'm literally have 2 0-cost cards in my hand.
What does that mean? Oh.
It's like I have a Quinn Carrier and a Strength and a Lightning Strike, right?
Yeah,
and
so you have nothing great at all right now.
I mean, I have this. So I'm definitely playing Mean Swing, and I'm going to hit him.
So how much does that hit for?
For
6 feels good. I mean, I could hit for 6 also, but that's...
Oh, no, 7, right? I have Combat Strength.
So that's 4 for your attack and then 3 more for the mean swing. I mean, that feels good.
Yeah.
That part of it feels good.
I think I'm going to play strength. Or do I hold on this? No, may I hold on to strength? And I burn these 2 cards?
Certainly lightning strike I don't think you need.
Burn these 2 cards, rather, to get rid of a card. And maybe I hold on to strength for my next turn.
So which card are you putting back in?
Whichever one you want. I mean, maybe do I take a genius?
Take your genius
or you
back.
take a hard to ignore? How?
I mean, I'll get hard to ignore eventually.
I have 22. You're gonna deck sooner than me, so you probably should take hard to ignore.
I mean, once I start getting those out, they're just. I'm not getting defensive decks.
Do you think I should just pitch my chase them down then? Should I just pitch my chase them down to draw a 3-card hand?
I mean, do you still have confuse on you? I feel like you do, right? Even though it's hiding.
Yeah, it's part of why I wanted it to keep it. But 2 cards is not a lot of cards.
Well, not only that, but I don't. I mean, we haven't had many minions, you know. So who knows if we're gonna get a minion at all? Do I play grappling hook? Do you think? Grappling hook. Endurance.
I guess so you're definitely playing endurance, right?
Yeah, I mean, so let's get rid of Dance of Death. Well, let's get rid of Widow. Oh well, no, let's get rid of Dance of Death. So plus 3 hit points feels good. And then, I mean, I've got a gauntlet.
So you can only play one of these, right?
So the question is, I think I put grappling
one of these cards in your hand
and hold on to Widow's Bite, believe it or not, and that way I get it out free
over
next
Starhawk?
turn. Just to get them out of my deck, right? Like, and their insurance in case their insurance in case the terrible happens. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's the right call because this will be a free play next turn with because I don't have that many events in my deck, so Widow's Gauntlet's not that useful most of the time, or preparations. So I think anytime I can get stuff out of my deck, it's good. And again, I love having them because they're always insurance against whatever. All right, cool.
All right, so but you still have your basic.
Oh, I think I'm gonna thwart, right?
So do you thwart against Crystal Ball? Or you thwart against main scheme at 9?
We gotta wait for something big for Crystal Ball, I think. I feel better about that. All right, so ready up, draw it. I got a target acquired. Got to never back down. I got 2 Widow's Bites and a hard to ignore. All right. Well, the good news is I'm not too worried about any of the stuff in my hand.
You did put a non-signature.
Oh, of course.
Prep card
Come on,
in your
target
deck.
acquired. Are you kidding? Like, of course I'm gonna have that. Again, the cards that I want to put out here as my preps are cards that that are gonna be, oh crap, something terrible just happened. Like, I'm gonna have to use it, right? like those are the cards I definitely want in my prep area because if I have to use one of those, it doesn't feel as bad. All right, so 3 on the main. He is going to attack you first.
So the question is, are you gonna do this never back down trick, or do I just take this initial hit
never
first?
back down and block for you. Worst case scenario, I got acrobatics.
Yeah, I guess I will defend for you.
Well,
if
no,
this
worst case
goes
scenario,
bad.
I got acrobatics too.
Oh, you have acrobatics.
So never back down. Let's boost it. So as long as it's not a 3 boost, we're good. It isn't. So he is stunned. And then I'm going to use this to draw a card because I could draw into something dauntless. Retaliate 1. So that's part of why I wanted max hit points, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Be nice to get that hard.
So then he tries to attack me with the stun and doesn't. Yeah, no, I'd love to get hard to ignore and dauntless at this turn. And then I put target acquired in as well with my
cool. Exhaust my identity. Oh. Oh, cool.
And you can't
That's
do that,
nice.
so discard Mjolnir from your hand or from play, and you're stunned.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I go on this side so I can pull
Yeah,
it
of
back,
course.
right? Stunned and confused, doing great
I mean,
over here.
you're dazed and confused
Where's
for
that
so
night nurse?
long. Surge. Oh, hey, this is the surge. This is the turn that never ends.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
Before
I
you
got
do
Widow's
that,
Bite.
do you
I mean,
do grappling hook?
Yeah. No, definitely, right?
Wait, but you only get one card if you do that. It only cancels the
Wait,
one
does it
revealed.
say that?
Yeah, cancel the effects of the. No, cancel the effects of
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
treachery and
saying.
discard it.
That feels real good, right?
Yeah, and then you get a ping for damage.
Yep, I get to do one
right?
damage. Boink. Over there. Yeah, grappling hook is definitely my favorite card. I mean, it's so good. Now, are you first player or I'm first player? I'm first player, right?
You are now first player.
Alrighty. So I am going to go ahead and put in. Oh wait, did I use Nerves of Steel or was I stupid and discarded a card? I guess I did use Nerves of Steel. I just didn't exhaust it for some reason.
I think you've been doing that every turn, actually.
I mean, come on now. It's me. You know I play everything clean when I'm on stream. Hard to ignore. We'll do this to get target acquired out. And we'll get rid of the other Widow's Bite to put Dauntless out. And pray that I finally draw some... I mean, I guess I've gotten one defensive event a turn. I'd like two, though, so I could, like, you know, block for you and then block for me and stun or whatever. You know, I'd like to start comboing some of this. But go ahead. It is to you, sir.
I am worthy, so I get Mjolnir back. Take that, father. Try and strip me of my hammer. Okay, so I assume strength for sure on God of Thunder.
God of Thunder. I mean, free resource for 2 is...
And these two to put out team
good.
building, and then team building puts out Mjolnir.
Seems good.
And then do I just ditch this? At some point, I will get
I can't remember if I took Night Nurse out of this deck. I feel like I did, and now I'm regretting that with your Stunned and Confused. Because I did have Night Nurse originally in this deck. Well, I got Electrostatic Armor, so it's coming down and never back down.
You just play both. You just like, I will defend and ready and stun
too,
you.
which is 5 damage if I'm at max hit points. So again, another reason to want to be at max hit points. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I feel like maybe I do Desperate Defense for the first one, and then I never back down for yours, and then after yours he's stunned. You know what I mean? And then I've defended twice.
Yeah.
Stunned,
that makes sense.
Which feels real good. And don't forget, because of Dauntless, I have Retaliate. So both times I'll get to retaliate as well. Oh, should be ready. Oh, that's what I did. I tapped Unflappable instead of Nerves of Steel, maybe.
Well, you still untap Unflappable to draw,
Oh, wait.
right?
It's the end of our turn? That's right. All right. You're right. All right. So it is their turn. We are adding 3 to the scheme, which just keeps feeling worse and worse. So the only negative is then I will be exhausted.
It's not that bad of a negative.
Except I'm the only one that can thwart decently. But you're right. It's not that bad of a negative. All right. So first things first, he's going to attack me. I am going to defend with Desperate Defense. So I will use that to pay for Desperate Defense. That gives me +2 defense. And if I block it all, I get to ready my hero. So let's boost it. And nothing. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. And now I get to draw a card and do Hard to Ignore, which removes 1 from the main.
So it goes down to 12.
Ooh, I got 2 Fighting Fits. Sweet. This is main scheme only, I think. Yep. All right. So now I'm ready.
Yeah.
And then I will defend for you. Hold on, I gotta pay a Fighting Fit to never back down. Yep. I mean,
nothing.
Okay. Oh, don't forget, 2 retaliates as well. So never back down. That means he's stunned. I mean, I feel like this is what you wanted me to do as a defense deck, right? Like,
Yes, this is the
this
setup,
is what
right?
you wanted
It's
me
like
to do back when we were playing Rocket and Groot, and I failed you over and over. Um,
you just told me it wasn't worth it. You're just like justice is better. Uh,
yeah,
which like it's just a different way to approach. I think it's like probably what they were thinking when they designed the precon, but obviously
right.
didn't build it up this way because they don't include the precons are always worse than
Yeah,
what you could
much
build.
worse.
But
I feel like they're not even trying anymore to make the precons good. So choose one. Put the highest cost card from your hand face up into the collection. So that's Fighting Fit, which
I feel like that is you just put fighting fit
discard
in
the
there
highest card
and we
from your
call it.
hand, then place threat on the main scheme.
No, you put it in the
Yeah, I don't
collection.
care about Fighting Fit at this point. Which is fine because now I pay the Widow's Gauntlet to put in Electrostatic Armor, which is great. That's more Retaliate. And unconditional Retaliate at that. Oh, you got a minion. Look at that. Hey, you're confused. If you're already confused, take a damage. Did you do that?
Yep.
Man,
Down 8.
I feel like I have more health than you, and I've been blocking for you. What's up? All right, so you're...
He attacked twice that one turn
Yes.
where you jumped for me.
I'm just joshing with you, man.
Okay, so I'm putting him into the collection. All right, so I think I have to exhaust to get rid of stun.
Yep. You're like, I'm just gonna keep this over here. Lady Sif?
Do I just do Quinn Carrier, Thunder God? Well, I guess do we want? All right, so I don't need another team building, so that's 3.
See, so you asked me the question,
that's into
but
the
you
fray.
had put 2 team building because you thought it was that important to your deck, right?
Sometimes I play both of them, but not in this build, where you do have a bunch of Avengers and
Sure, but
other stuff like Heimdall,
right,
and you have things. Also, but yes, also I did do it in here just because Thor is so kind of penalized at a 4-card hand. Like unlike every other hero, like 4 cards a turn is not a lot of cards, so you much more want to have consistency, I think, like a traditional card game, than I think some of the other heroes, like your Hulk and Thor and She-Hulk, I think are really affected by those hands that you need kind of something to get you going, as you saw when we played that game where you weren't getting anything. Cool. So this kills him.
Moment of Triumph. To heal too.
And I'm gonna play Moment of Triumph so I can heal 2. That seems like the play,
so you
right?
heal 2 and you remove 2 from a scheme. Now the question is, do you do main scheme?
No, it has to be main scheme only. Main scheme only.
Make sure you heal yourself.
One of the downsides of. Yep. No. Yeah. So main scheme only.
There's no way you play defense.
So that was my. I'm gonna use both of my defenders, I think. The only reason to play defender.
Well, does it go away? Does it get rid of
what do you mean?
confused and not bring stuff in? Because it just cancels the whole card?
Does it cancel the whole card?
Right? Because it's a thwart action. It cancels the whole thwart action, doesn't it? I would think so. Next time this character would thwart or scheme, discard it. I mean, the whole card is thwarting, right?
So can I just play that and get rid of confuse? Is that what chat says?
Chat's been quiet today. Chat's been real quiet. There's not a lot of people in there. There was more a minute ago. We scared them away with our genius play over here. But yeah, no, if anybody has an answer to that, I believe that's true, right? Discard cards from the deck, put that minion into play, engage with you, remove 3 threat from a scheme. I mean, the thwart action is the whole card, right?
Yeah, so then do I just play both of these cards to get rid of something in the collection, right?
Do you want your genius back? You're getting close, right?
I'm at 13. You're at 9.
Grappling hook. Yeah, I mean,
do you want grappling hook?
Than fighting fit, but yeah. Yep. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I technically have more resources than you at this point with Quinn Carrier, God of
Yeah, I
Thunder,
mean, I've
and
got
team
free
building.
resources too,
So,
but they're very specific. And Widow's Gauntlet is very specific in a way that I'm not really built to deal with.
I mean, it's
It's not
still
bad.
like, I mean, it's not like you're not going to
Yeah,
play grappling
exactly.
hook, right?
Exactly. And again, I still want to play all my preps to get them out of my hand. I mean, that's the one big benefit of me flipping at any point here is not only to heal myself back up, but also to get a free card draw when I play, plus an extra card, and then the next turn I get a free card draw as well, probably, right? So that is one of the huge benefits of me flipping, but it's kind of hard because main scheme's been under duress this entire time.
Yep.
All right,
Cool. Well, I'm done then. That feels good. Zero cost thing to get rid of
I
a
believe that's right. I
confuse.
mean, unless somebody tells us otherwise, I believe you can do that. All right, so we're done, right? Back to us, or that was us.
Yep. Well, then I am
Ah,
done now.
yes,
Is now
yes.
your
And
turn.
my turn is going to be super exciting. I'm going to play electrostatic armor and ready up. Right?
Yep.
I do have desperate defense. Oh wait, he's stunned right now, which is good. I finally got armored vest, and I got another grappling hook, a genius, a dance of death. I mean, maybe I do dance of death this time, right? 6 damage feels good. We'll see. All right, so it is his turn. He is stunned. Oh no, wait. Add 3 to the main. Stun doesn't attack you. I am going to play desperate defense when he attacks me. If you take no damage, ready your hero, which feels good. Let's go ahead and make that happen. Yep. So he attacks for 3. I block 4. So that goes away. I get readied. And then I also draw a card and remove one from main scheme. This has to be main, right? Yeah.
Wait, are you
No, he
defending
was
for
stunned.
me? Oh, right,
He was
right.
stunned.
Nice.
Ooh, look at... I got Nova. Oh, man.
Can you pay for Nova though? Do you have a way to
Uh,
get that extra resource or no?
I mean, I do if I don't put Armored Vest out this turn, right? I just play Genius, Dance of Death, and Grappling Hook to get Nova out. I mean, that feels...
Yeah, I just feel like Armor Vest is so
Oh,
good
by the
though
way,
in your
when he
deck.
attacked me, he would have taken 2 damage. I mean, it is, but do I need it this turn? I mean, Nova is going to be good the rest of the game. It's going to be 2 extra damage every time I defend for the rest of the game. Right?
Yeah, you got to pay your card for it though.
Yeah.
Every turn.
Yeah. I mean,
Every
that's
time.
true. Don't get me wrong. There's definitely downside to it. I don't know. We'll get to it when we get to it.
All
But
right.
go ahead and draw your card. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see nothing. Phil, do you want me to
Tax
defend
me.
for you? I mean,
But
I
you
can
don't have any
acrobatics.
like you would take damage.
I mean, either way, I can acrobatics. In all honesty, it does put a card in the collection. Is the negative, but he would take 2 damage plus whatever came off acrobatics plus 1 more for acrobatics. I mean, that's a decent amount of damage for 1 card in the collection. I mean, and me being exhausted.
Yeah, you've been exhausted the entire
Yeah.
game though. I'm
All
fine
right,
with it
I'll
if you want to
defend.
do it.
All right, let's boost it up. Oh, it's a star. I don't even have to do it.
Are you gonna cancel that? You do,
Yes.
right?
So, and that means 1 damage, plink. And then 1-2 damage from my defensive stuff. And that's good, right? I mean,
You do 2
yeah,
damage?
I got electrostatic armor and dauntless.
Oh, so yeah, it's only for defending and you've
But I
retaliated,
have
but you're basically
defended,
defending
right,
every
right,
time.
All right. Well, I mean,
I would've
you
loved
would have
that
also
card, you know?
loved to draw the other guy that I canceled. Oh, that one wouldn't have gone here. Wait. Oh, you didn't put him there. Yeah.
No.
I mean,
You
the
never
only
kept
other
any play.
question, the only other
I know
thing
how this
is,
works.
I mean, we kind of have to start getting rid of cards in the collection So do I just spend resources to get rid of cards from the collection rather than do a Nova?
I'm gonna get rid of one card in the
But I
collection.
mean, I could get rid of
for
one
sure.
too if I don't get rid of Nova. If I don't put out Nova. The question is, how good is Nova really?
I don't know. Well, I mean, on my turn, I'm gonna play Godslayer and then put a card in the collection. Take a card out in the collection.
Well, you're about to reshuffle and I'm about to reshuffle.
I'm not about to reshuffle. I'm about to reshuffle in 2 turns, 3 turns. I draw 4 cards a turn, man. I have 9 cards in the deck.
All right. This is tough. All right, I'm paying Nova to put out armor.
And then you paying Dance of Death. You're putting Grappling Hook out.
Oh no, I'm not playing Dance of Death. I'm paying for Grappling Hook with Dance of Death, and then I'm paying 2 to get
To take a card out.
target acquired, right?
Target
I mean,
acquired.
because I can play it for free, so it's not a bad card.
Acrobatics is also really good too, right? Acrobatics.
It's good. It is very good.
I'll grab that
I
card.
have
for you.
one in play right now. The problem is I'm shuffling now. So the question is, which would I rather have for the long run?
No, I'll grab the card
on
for
your
you.
turn. I get it.
Yeah. All right. So, do you want me to kill this guy? I assume you
If
do.
you don't, the problem is that I'm going to take 1 damage and Dauntless will be useless. Right? Dauntless goes away if you don't. I mean,
So
I'll still kill him.
Yeah. The only reason I say that is that I have Godslayer, so I can hit for 6 now against the villain, which is awesome.
So you have nothing that splashes anywhere, right?
Nah. So I'll just kill Servant Bot. So he goes.
Oh, you want to do it this way?
So we have 3 of those, and then I'll grab your attack acrobatics out so you can shuffle it in. I assume you want that over fighting.
I mean, because you're aggression, right? If you had been not aggression, I might feel differently. Man, this scheme is not. My last hard to ignore is in the bottom of my deck here, unfortunately.
Oh my god, look at this. Asgard. You love to see
I
it.
got Clea back.
I mean, I just feel like when you have like a Never Back Down in your hand, you feel good.
Oh, yeah.
Or, like some
Yeah,
defense event.
Like I said,
You're sitting pretty.
You're like, how many defense events do you have? It feels like you have none. I'm like, well, I have them. I just am not getting them.
Well, you did on your turn whiff, and it was sad.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been sad. All right, so I am first player, so it's going to attack me. I am going to defend with.
Did we do this?
Oh, I didn't.
Main scheme, Excel?
No, it's only 3, not 4.
5, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Man. All right, so never back down. I mean, it feels like we just got to hit him hard soon. I'm about to get more hard to ignores, but that's basically just going to break even at some point. So it does stun. Yeah, well, if this is 2 or less, which it is. Oh, if there are 3 or fewer cards in the collection, yeah, that's.
No. Oh wait, no, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're actually
what?
1 short. Put the top card of your deck into the collection because I got rid of a card.
Are you kidding me? I mean, that's awful.
Classic.
That's literally awful. That is twice my Synthsuit's been in there as the first card. Like, it was the first card of the game for those of you who just joined us. And now it's the first card right after I shuffled. That is terrible because that is like my... All right, but I didn't do all my stuff. So I do need to do Unflappable to draw a card back up. Which is Grappling Hook. Not terrible. Although I have a Grappling Hook in play, don't I?
And he doesn't attack me, right?
And he does not attack you. I
No.
do remove 1 from the scheme because of hard to ignore. All right. Oh, man.
Draw your card?
I did draw my card. I got Grappling Hook.
No, I mean draw your encounter.
Another encounter.
You get an
Yes,
extra,
yes,
don't you?
yes. You are correct, sir. I apologize. Hey, there's a few more people in the chat now. Do you guys know the way we played? What is it? The Asgard card. Defender of the Nine Realms. It says thwart on the card, and he was confused at the time. So we said playing that card canceled the whole card itself. So to get rid of the confused. So we didn't add a enemy or a minion to in front of Thor either, because we just assumed it canceled the whole thwart event, which is the whole card. But let us know if you think we're right on that. Like I said, now that there's a few more people in chat. Let's see. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards were discarded this way, this card gains Surge. Do I get rid of that just to not... I mean, I'll be adding to the collection either way, right? I mean, is that bad enough to get rid of Grappling Hook? I mean, I could just put Widow's Gauntlet in there, I guess. Yeah, Widow's Gauntlets. Never mind. That's not even a question.
Are you going to play Widow's Gauntlet? I mean, you could just get rid of Acrobatics or something.
No, but Acrobatics saves, right? It gets me that 0 turn at some point. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying you have
Widow's Gauntlet in my hand right now.
So...
Yeah,
and you also have it in your hand.
I definitely am not worried about that one Widow's Gauntlet. I'd rather have Acrobatics in play. It's just I feel safer. All right, let's see what this is. The Villain Schemes. This might be a loss.
That was bad.
So it's 3 plus 2 would be 5. Now, I can Acrobatics that to make it just 3. But then that's another card in the collection.
Probably worth it.
So we're going to add 3 to the scheme. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this. So that's going to be 2 damage plus 1 from me. From my Widow thing.
Yep.
Well, hold on.
Master
It's
plan.
treachery. I can...
No, you can't. It's not. You can't cancel mine.
So we're adding 4 to this? All right. Well, we're in a bad way in more ways than one right here. But the good news is I am ready. Am I ready? I thought I defended. Yeah, I'm not ready. All right, Terence. It's you first, right?
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear
Well,
say
something. Do I pay 2 to get out God of Thunder?
I mean, what else are you thinking? You need Asgard, right?
Then 1, 2, 3 to
Sure.
get Asgard out.
And then hit for 6?
Oh wait, I can hold on to 1.
Well, hold on.
Card.
Oh, I wish I could do 1 damage somehow. Wait a minute. We never did the 2 damage when
Why?
he attacked me. When I defended. Or did we? I don't think we did. Actually, no, he was at 10. So 8, and then... poke for 1. Yeah. No, we did... That's right. So you can kill him. And use your Never Back Down. Or chase them down. Right? Because I would have done 2 when he attacked me. He was at 10. So I would put him down to 8. And then I canceled the 2 boost icons. And did 1 extra damage. So that would have been 3 more, which put him down to 5. So this is right. I just forgot to do the 2 when I defended.
So I asked on Discord, and they said you don't cancel the entire card. You have to pay for the cost before the arrow. So you would have to grab the minion.
Well, we cheated. We will pay for that maybe anyway. But Wasteland Sniper says, I'm not much of a rules lawyer, but the way Defender of the Nine Realms reads, I'd say yes, the whole card is canceled. So we got differing views here. So I don't know. We're gonna keep it the way it is for now, and we will rules lawyer it up after this game, and look it up.
All right. So I'm exhausting Godslayer, and for this attack to hit for 6, and then chasing them down for 2.
Nice. All right. So we will advance, and let's see what happens here. When revealed, put the top card of each player's deck face up in the collection. Wait, do we lose? 8. Yep, that's a loss. So hold on. Could you have... Huh. So if we do that, we lose. For the collection. Wait, is it an action for me to do the thing? So I'll pay 2.
Yes.
Boom. To remove... Are you about the deck? Yeah, we'll get Genius back for you. All right. So now we do both have to put our top cards in, though it's sitting at 9. There are my 2 acrobatics. Man, that doesn't feel good. Not feel good at all. All right, where you at?
I mean, I have no cards and I'm
Done?
exhausted, so
All right.
yeah.
So I'm gonna pay 1. Pay Clea, unfortunately, for hard to ignore because we just got to get threat off the main scheme. Why am I exhausted? Oh, because I defended. And I think I'm gonna put Widow's Bite back in with Grappling
then,
Hook just to get again out of my deck, so I'm more likely to draw.
Well, I mean, you've also been using it
Yeah.
like every other turn.
Yeah. This is not great though. I mean, I'm gonna remove 2. They're adding 3, so I'm almost to neutral with it, but almost is not to neutral. All right, so let's ready up. Let's draw up. Okay, I got 2 Desperate Defenses and a Never Back Down. Oh, I got 2 and 2.
The question is, do you like hold on to half of those?
Well, I mean,
at
I
some
think I
point,
hold on to him
so
right now.
next turn or whatever.
That's the point. He's going to attack you, right? So I do Desperate Defense to ready.
Yep. Did we do thwart first?
No.
Or
I
threat?
did not. I think I'm going to use a
Scheme.
Desperate Defense and a Never Back Down for the next attack.
For both
No,
of
no,
them?
not for both. For just the next one. I'm going to use both, I think.
Right.
Because that way he'll be stunned and I'll be
All right.
ready and able to take stuff out. If that makes sense.
Okay.
All right. So, well, we got to pray to God that this doesn't get through. I mean, we haven't drawn a 3 all day. This shouldn't be the first one. It isn't. Oh, thank goodness. All right. So we remove 1, 2 threat, and I get to draw a card.
Wait, why do you care if it's a 3?
Oh, I got armor now.
Oh, he's base 3 now.
Yeah, he's base 3,
3.
so I'm to 5. All right. So I do ready. Yes, thank you for paying for that. Ooh, I got a target acquired too, but I'll probably pay that to, I don't know, we'll see. Well, maybe not. I'll just play my Dance of Death. All right, so let's not forget this because I keep doing it. 1, 2 damage to them. We take 2 off the main scheme. And I am readied, and I drew my card. So all that is done. So now he attacks you, or now he attacks me. I think I play both, right?
Yep.
And just pay with Dance of Death and Never Back Down?
Pit.
To do Never Back Down and Desperate Defense? Or do I pay
Sure.
with Target Acquired to get rid... I mean, I don't know.
No, because you'll play target acquired
Well,
for free.
right, but
so.
the question is, at some point we're going to have to worry about this.
And
I will
you'll be ready.
So I'm going to...
If you
I'm
have to, you
blocking
can
for
get
7
something
right
out.
now. And I'll be ready and he'll be stunned. Okay, so no problem. And
He
takes
does take 2
Thank
damage.
you for reminding me. Unfortunately, I don't get the other stuff, though. That's the only negative of that,
Yep.
getting rid of all those defensive cards. But it is what it is. All right, so now we draw our cards. Wait, why do you keep flipping it face up? Why do you keep cheating and looking at it? What is it?
This thing
What do we
sucks.
have to pay? Oh my. Well, it sucks when we don't have enough threat mitigation. That's for sure. The other one confused you? Wait, what is this? What just happened? Why is this here? Oh, that was the boost. What was your... Oh, your second card was this.
Yep.
You did draw 2 cards, though, which is nice. One reveal. Choose one. Put the highest cost card from your
Yes.
hand, or discard the highest card cost from your hand, and place threat on the main scheme equal to its printed cost. Well, there you go. 1.
So you're gonna put one threat
right?
on the scheme?
Like if I
Feels good, feels
if
good.
Not, we would have lost. So I mean, that is what it is. All right, so I am first now. You know what's fun being?
Yep. Did you
being
just take
first
the card out the
when I have
collection?
0 anything to do here. I mean, well, are we going to lose to this? Oh, you have chasing down. All right.
No.
So what card do we want back? Do you need your hammer throw back? Are you about to go through your deck? No, you're not.
No, I just
We're going to put my synth suit in so it can be drawn into the collection again in 10 seconds. I mean, the other question here is, like, I might not get any of these back. Do we put something crappy in? Like, this guard is pretty...
Yeah, I really like Servant Bot, but
Let's
that's
put Servant Bot in now. I'll get the synth suit later. Right? That feels like it makes sense. Because, I mean, such a wimpy card to be in the deck is great.
What are we doing about this thing? The Beyonders... I think we just have to eat it this turn,
certainly
right?
this turn, we can't add 2 threat. We can't even deal with the 2 threat that's there. I mean, I don't have any resources. There's nothing, literally nothing I can do about it. So, yeah, we're just going to have to clear the collection a little bit. That one boost icon shouldn't matter if I get decent defensive cards. All right, your turn.
Okay.
I mean, unless you go Defender of the Nine Realms, which might not be the worst thing ever. Well, I don't know. Gosh. Are you going to clear the collection first or no? Or you don't even know what you're going to do to clear the collection at this point?
I think I'm going to play Into the Fray to kill him, put him in the collection. That doesn't
kill us, right? By the way, Wasteland Sniper said the Discord guys are probably right.
And chasing down gets sort of confused.
I forgot about that.
Unfortunately.
Are we going to be able to get rid of...
But I do get to remove 2. Because I... Into the Fray.
Oh, so you did 2 overkill. Sweet. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that kept us alive. And I still have 2 hard to ignore, so... There's that.
If you want another one, I can actually play Get Over Here.
What would that do?
It just does 1 point of damage to the minion. I mean, I could have hit him with it and then hit him with Into the Fray.
I mean, what's your other option?
To remove
Hammer
one more
throw?
threat.
I mean, Hammer Throw feels pretty good, right?
Yeah,
well, you could do both.
Defender,
you still
get 2 more cards.
got a Thunder, don't forget.
Yeah.
Oh, so what are you thinking about? Pulling a card with Defender of the Nine Realms?
I don't know. I don't know if it's worth
deal
it.
With the extra card in there.
Let's see. So I can do 1, 2. How many cards are in here? 8?
Or no, you're right. 8. Oh no, 9. It's 5 and 4.
I mean, do I just Hammer Throw?
And smack him in the face? I don't think that's the worst play ever.
Well, instead of smacking him, I could get a card out.
What do you mean?
Of the collection.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Oh, but you could do 8 and 6 also. Which is a lot of damage.
Yeah, but
1 more card in the collection and we lose.
Yeah, exactly. I think I have to exhaust because Hammer Throw does more damage.
Yeah. I mean, it does have overkill. Did you want to draw a minion first and draw the 2 cards, and maybe you can even do both?
Well, the problem with that is it puts another card in the collection.
Right. So which card are you taking out? My Sensu?
Whichever card you want me to take out. And then I'll use Team Building and put Mjolnir back.
All right, so you did 8 to him. So it gets him to 24.
Yeah.
I feel like we're
a couple. And then I'm going to hold on to... Do you want me to hold on to You'll Pay for that?
I mean, are you ever going to take damage?
That's up to you,
Well,
right?
I mean, here's the question. Do we just let you take damage on this round to remove a bunch of threat? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's an option. Or I can keep, I don't know, a defender. I don't know. I mean, maybe we just
get over here in case I get the minion, and then you can draw it to get the 2 cards. All right, you keeping You'll Pay for that?
Over You'll Pay for that?
I mean, you may never use it, but at least it's a resource, right? All right, so we ready up. I draw 5. Hey, you actually get to draw 4. Ooh, I have Dance of Death and Covert Ops. Wow. And Fighting Fit. So I could do...
Oh, dude, mean swing means I hit for 9.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think... I mean, I hate to say it, but I think we're real close to winning. Like, I think if you could have hit him for that extra 6 last turn, that would have been nice.
Yeah, but you never know, right? Like, there might be a thing that's going to put stuff in here. I feel like one away is playing with Fireman.
Fire, no question about it. All right, 1, 2, 3. Then he attacks me, and stun goes away. Do we let you take this? I mean, do you have something better to play? Because, I mean...
Let's see. So if I hit him for 9, I can then...
Because I might not be able to block it all as part of the problem. I only have 3 defense right now. In fact, he'd have to draw 0 for me to get value out of my stuff. So I'd rather you take this hit. Because I did not get any defensive cards. And I don't have an acrobatics either. So the odds of me being able to block it all are 0. Basically.
Okay. I can take it.
My son says, good night, Dad. Good night, Nick. If you can hear me. Sleep well, buddy. All right. So he hits you for 3 or 4. But that
4.
What's
5.
this? 5.
I'm
okay.
With Beyonders.
After those activations, reveal this card. All right. Well, let's not worry about that yet. So go ahead and take your 5, and then we remove 5 from the main, I assume. So what are you paying for that with? Oh, God of Thunder.
No, I'll pay for both of them. Remove 10.
You had 2 of them? Okay, I feel way better about where we are right now then. Holy moly. That is pretty good.
Hold me back, bro. That's basically the picture,
nice.
Right?
Yes, that is the picture. Hold me back. Hold me back. So you've distracted him so much that you took all that threat off the scheme. All right, so ignore what I said earlier about you being dumb and not attacking more. And well, that also gives us a little bit of freedom for me to grappling hook if we just get like Shadows of the Past or something here, right? Go ahead and draw 1.
Well, this thing has to. We have to get rid of this thing.
When collector would take any amount of damage, put the top card face up into the collection. Prevent all of that damage, then place...
I feel like if you can like Widowmaker that thing.
Wait, how do we get rid of it?
That would be the best. He takes any amount of damage, so if you can ping him for 1 with your like Widowmaker ability.
Prevent all that damage, place threat on the main scheme equal to that amount prevented this way. Wait, does it go away then? Oh,
yeah, so it goes in the collection.
I get it. All right. So, but here's the problem. I can't Widowmaker it because then we lose. So I cannot. In fact, oh, thank God.
Well, we didn't lose because we did. You'll pay for that.
Yes.
Just now.
Yeah. No. So it's 4 plus 2 is 6.
Oh man, that is one of the worst cards in his set. I think the poison.
Well, that's okay. We don't have to deal with it. Is that sweet? Oh no.
Quick strike.
I mean, the good news is you get to draw 2 cards.
Well,
the bad news is quick strike. Well, I can defend for you, and then I get to do all my stuff.
No. But he hits for 3.
I have armor.
Do you want to do that?
Vest, right?
I guess you do, right?
I defend for 3.
Yep.
All right, so I defend for 3. Put 2 on him, and then I remove 2 from the main, and I get to draw a card. That feels real good, right?
Yep.
I am your chump blocker. Like literally, I'm an ally in this game. An ally that removes threat from the main scheme and draws cards. Oh, yes, he took 2, right? Yep. Cool. That worked out. Ish. All right. So
I'm not feeling super great at my health pool.
I mean, we're counting... I mean, I could put Nova into chump for us. Like, that could be my turn.
Oh, we don't have chumping. You do have covert ops. So the question is, can we go for the juggler?
I mean, I have covert ops and I got fighting fit. I mean, I have Dance of Death and I have fighting fit. The problem is I don't think I can pay for both. Oh, covert ops, you're saying you might flip.
I think at 5 health, it may be a good idea.
Yeah, so hit as hard as you can, take as many cards as you can out of the collection. Right? I mean, we leave the shark in, who cares? I mean, I could even take out the shark with fighting fit if you want.
Nah.
All right, what are you doing?
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about here. So I can hit for 9 with just a straight up attack, right? Because I get 4 with
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you
hammer,
have to
the
do
Mjolnir
that. No
in
question.
combat training. Godslayer's another 2, that's 6. Mean Swing's another 3.
I mean, you have to.
So that's
that.
9,
So that
right?
gets them down to 15. Yeah, flip. I'll covert ops and I'll take a card out of the collection. That'll be my whole turn. I got 5 extra cards.
So the other thing is I do have Lightning Strike, which can hit for 3. I don't know if it's worth
I
it.
feel like it's worth
3?
it for 3. I mean, it. Well, what else are you going to do with it? Like, what other cards are better? What's into the fray? Why don't you do that?
Puts a card in the collection.
Oh. Well, hold on. You're exhausted, right? Because you attacked. All right. So you can't take something out of the collection. Well, I don't think. I mean, you got to spend 2 to take something out of the collection. Right? Yeah, I mean, you have to.
Right?
There's no. I would keep into the fray. I would keep it
For
into
next
the
turn?
fray and moment of triumph, I think. Get rid of those lightning strikes.
And just pitch
I mean, why
2
not?
lightnings.
I mean, at some. Oh, did
Alright.
we forget to do 1 extra for this? Didn't he scheme? Yeah, he schemed. Forgot to do the 1 extra. On the attack you did it. I forgot to do it on the scheme.
Oh, wait. Before I attack, can you do anything?
Not really. Why? I mean, I could covert ops.
It's that 9, the Bigram image, would prevent all that damage. So I have to Lightning Strike, actually, for 1.
Yep. So that puts 1 more on here.
1.
So this goes to the collection. So we're at 9. So basically you're down to into the fray in your hand at the end of the turn. Or no, you don't even have that.
And then 1. Wait, that's 9. So that does the 9. So we're at that point. And then I discard 2.
Right. 1 and 1 to pay
Right.
for it. Yep. So I did 1 damage to the shark. 1 got rid of that card to the collection.
And then I flip down.
You discarded
right?
2, didn't you? Or no? Did you have the 2 to discard?
Yeah, that's with me paying 2.
So which
That's with
card
me
are you
paying
taking
2.
out of the collection? I got 9 cards left. You got 16. Acrobatics, right?
Whatever you want.
Or do we just go fighting fit at this? Well, acrobatics
That's-
is so versatile. I mean, I don't think it's going to matter, but... so it's to me, right? So I'm covert... Oh, you flip down, right? So I'm covert opsing and I'm paying 2. And that's it? 1, 2, 3.
We have killed him this turn, actually.
I mean, I could have done 6.
If you do 6, can you also do
No,
Fighting
that's the
Fit?
problem.
No,
I
right?
can't do both.
Okay, no,
I
never
could do
mind.
6, or I could do 5, obviously. Yeah, I couldn't do both. I was 1 card short. I don't have free resources for anything. I only have it for defense. That's my problem. And for preps, which neither of those things help us.
And then you pay 2 to get something out of the
Yeah, that's
collection?
what
Is
I'm
that your turn then?
So let me remove the 4 and confuse.
That still feels pretty good.
I feel like we're in a good spot, right? I mean, I feel like you're coming over to my end where we just play a little more conservatively. I mean, taking that 5 damage and removing 10 felt real good. So Wasteland Sniper said, "Dance of Death, Dance of Death." Oh, Dance of Death would have been interesting. I could have taken 1 point off to remove that. Well,
Yeah,
no,
I already
no,
do that with
I
lightning
get
bolts.
it, but I'm
Fine.
just saying, just thinking proactively for the future, I could have
Yeah,
done
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. That's why I was asking. I was like, but I don't know if I still feel like if we're not killing him this turn, I want
Oh,
to
of
flip
course.
down,
Yeah, so
and we
I'm going
want
to
him confused.
remove this from the collection also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That feels good because now I can use my preparations for 1 turn. I mean, I've got a grappling hook, right? Like that's my only preparation,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's an important one. And just pray to God I draw some defensive stuff here.
Oh man, look at that 6 card hand,
I have
dude.
desperate defense. I feel much better about the world. I mean, look at you with your 6-card hand. Wait, 2 moment of triumphs?
Yeah, just for healing.
I mean, you're not going to defeat him, right? We're going for the boss. I feel like, although I don't have any attack cards, but I may get one with desperate defense. All right, so let's add 3 to the main. 1, 2, 3. Let us. He's going to be confused when he tries to attack you. He is going to attack or thwart against you or scheme against you, I guess.
But the shark will scheme for
Yes.
1.
Don't forget the shark. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do.
He does not look like a baby shark.
Star
He's
shark,
a star
do,
shark.
Do, 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 do. Star shark, do 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 do. I feel like he.
Wait, if Star Shark's attack deals indirect damage, can you defend against that? Not right.
I mean, I think so. Why not? Is it not a defendable attack? I mean, if not, then you have 3 less life. There's 2 more threat on the scheme, and I have 1 less card, which is really impossible to go back on.
Well, the 1 less card
No,
would
it
be
wouldn't.
immaterial.
It
I
would have
think,
been 1 more
'cause you
card
would
in
have
the
just
collection because I could not have paid
Yeah.
to get that card out of the collection. So that's a question. Is indirect damage blockable? So maybe we cheated twice. But you know what? It's all right. We put ourselves in a very hard situation. So anyway, let's see what's going on here. I'm going to play Desperate Defense. So I am defending for 5. He is attacking for 2 plus. Come on, low. Come on, low.
Oh, it might just be whatever damage is left over is indirect.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works. But either way, I get to ready my hero. And I get to... Oh, don't forget, do 2 damage to him. I get to draw a card. And we'll remove 2 threat from the scheme. Ooh, I drew Winter Soldier. With 1 prep in play.
Never getting played.
Which is crazy. I feel like I've been playing preps this whole game. And I only have 1 in play. Interesting.
You have been playing.
I
your
have.
cards,
Well,
though.
yeah, I've been using
Like-
them more than we thought I would.
I mean, they're so
not
good, though.
bad. That is for
All
sure.
right. My card. Cool.
So that's 7 on that.
Yeah.
Actually, it would have been easier to take the 11 one and scroll down. I mean,
Whoa.
we're winning this turn, right? Like, that's what this tells me is we're winning this turn. Like, there's not really a choice. The problem is I don't have great cards for winning this turn. I can do 4 damage.
It's not. That is not enough.
How much can you do?
I mean, by default, I can do 6.
And do you have any cards that can do 2 damage? Into the fray. Oh, no.
I mean, we can go super risky, right?
I mean, I could flip and pull a prep out and play it and hope to draw something. Well, no, because the only thing that I could draw that would help would be an ally.
Wait. If we do 10 damage
Oh, I kill him on my block.
between the 2 of us, you do 2 on
And
your
then I just
retaliate,
gotta
right?
get rid of... I mean, we didn't draw...
And then
well,
you
we
just
didn't
burn a
draw
prep card, right?
Or we didn't draw a... I don't have any prep cards. That's my problem. Like, I literally have 1 prep card.
Wait, you have
Well, yes, but we
grappling
didn't
hook.
draw a threat card this turn. I mean, we're fine.
Yeah, but there's
Yes.
still
Yeah.
opportunity.
No, we're
You
fine.
will.
We got this. Let
I mean, the other alternative is I can defender to draw 2 cards and then hope
That's
for
fine.
something.
Um, I mean, you have a lot of aggression events, though. You should be able to kill it, right? I mean, I feel like that's not that dangerous of a play. Do you?
No. I just can't heal this turn if we want to go
Well, I mean,
all in.
you'll pay for that. No, you've got Moment of Triumph. So you'll be healing, right?
I mean, it does 6 damage. He's what, 4? So I'll heal for 4, up to 9.
I mean, but that is adding to here. So how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got space there. Not a lot.
Okay. Well, you're first player, right? So
Well, why
I
don't you
can't do any of
defend
that
it
stuff.
first before we decide here?
I can't.
Wait, defenders, what? Oh, because you can't flip.
Hero, for sure.
I see. So do you want me going all in?
I mean, what's all in
it's
for you?
attacking and winter soldiering for another attack. I mean, it's not great, but it's 4 damage.
So let's see. So if I draw a mean strike, that'll be 9. So I'll drop him down to 4.
I mean, you're doing 6.
And I
He'll
have
be at 3. If I can totally defend him, which is not guaranteed, by the way, because I've got to draw a defensive event for that. Wasteland Sniper says indirect damage can be blocked. Thank you, Wasteland Sniper. I appreciate that. So that means we didn't cheat, which makes me happy. I mean, there's no guarantee I'm fully blocking him, right?
Yeah, you have 6 of your.
I feel like that's
the never back 3 never back downs and 3
Yeah, I
depth of
feel like
defenses
that's
in
all I
your
have.
discard pile.
So I thought I had 12. I don't. I only have 6, which is.
But you are decking.
So there's a chance. So what you're saying is there's a chance. Like I said, I could flip.
I mean, do we just play it conservatively for
I
one
think
more
we
turn?
should, right? And I'll put out Hard to Ignore.
If that's the case, I think I should heal. Probably, right?
Sure. I mean, there's no reason not to. Yeah, go ahead and heal up. Oh, it's my turn. I'm sorry. So that means I put in the other Hard to Ignore, right? Hard to Ignore and Winter Soldier are my 2 plays. I mean, unless you.
I mean, if you're flipping, you just put Safe House out?
I mean, I'm not going to flip though. That's the point.
I was wondering, are you going to covert ops and then
not.
flip down?
I'm not.
Because we're playing it safe.
So Winter Soldier only cost me 3 because I do have a prep in play. I'll do the 4 damage. I still think that's the right call.
Okay. Should I go all in then?
I mean, that's up to you, man. I don't know. I mean, you should hit for 6, right? Either way, you should hit for 6. Oh, are you thinking about killing this instead?
No, I mean, I do enter
Right.
the fray on him.
Now, the problem is I don't... Oh, instead of doing 2 damage, should I remove a card from the thing? That's the only problem. Now we're up to 9 cards in the thing. I do less damage than you, so why don't I take my 2 away and remove a card? Do you think that's the right call?
Sure. What is this? 1, 2.
We're at 7. Well, but
That's
if you
pretty
get rid of this,
Okay, we'll be at 8.
we're at 8. And then anything's bad because my grappling hook becomes not a play.
We're also gonna have to deal with 2 cards, right?
I mean, one of us will. But I mean, that's just more chance for grappling hook to go off, I feel like.
Do we want to get rid of this?
I'm going to have
National
3
Teapot?
cards, in fact, because I'm decking also. No, dude, don't worry about it. I feel like you do your 6 damage, and we've got a pretty good shot of winning.
Should I just defend her?
I mean, go for it. Yeah, yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
wait. How many cards left? There's one card.
wait. What does that mean for defender?
It
And
stops.
because you didn't do it, yeah. So forget it. Don't defend her. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you could deal with the 3 damage, right? The question is, and we do have a chumper. Don't forget. I got Winter Soldier here. Worst case scenario.
You know, I should have lightning strike that other turn, and he would be dead now.
Well, no, but you had to remove the
okay.
cards from the thing. You did lightning strike for 1. Remember?
I could have done for 1 more, but
No,
interfere
but
was
it
worth
didn't
keeping.
do
Okay,
any damage.
so I'm
to
paying.
you, right? Because it literally.
Yeah, but I had another one. It's fine. I'm interfering here. For 6 against his 4, so that's 2. So remove 2.
Threat.
I mean, we don't even care about main, right? So should we just do Magical Teapot, just in case?
2 from the teapot.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right? Just in case he does 5, then you'll pay for that away, right? And then I'm going to Moment of Triumph for 2 each. So it puts me up to 9, right?
And then you're going to pay 2.
Yeah. I'll pay 2.
To get rid of which one? Hammer throw, right?
Should we just put a minion or something in? Back in?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that it's going to matter at this point. We're either going to win or lose in the next turn.
It's the only thing that's shuffling. It's the only thing that's shuffling.
Well, and it's a star.
So it's like padding the...
Which isn't the worst thing in the world. And actually, if it comes engaged with you, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I basically don't care.
And in fact, that would be good.
All right, and then I'm going to do 6 to him.
Wait, I thought you did 9.
No. I didn't draw mean swing.
Oh, so he's at 5. So it wouldn't have mattered anyway. There's no way we were getting that extra. There's no way we were getting 5 there. All right, so let's draw up. Are you discarding your... Oh, wait. What are you doing with your hand?
I'll probably pitch Defender and then hold on to you'll pay
I
for
feel like
that.
this is going to be a very bad turn for me. This is like feeling like a real bad turn. I think you're right. I should have... I don't know. I'm getting a lot of cards here. I have a Dance of Death. Oh,
you get it.
All right. I mean, it's not a saver, but it's a something. Oh, I could double defend. If this works out, I could double defend and then grappling hook. But the problem is the second defense, there's no way I'm going to have enough to block all of his damage.
Well, you have a fresh deck.
That's
you may
true.
draw into one, right?
That's true. All right. Let's keep thinking positively. All right. So Wasteland Sniper says...
So it goes up by...
So Wasteland Sniper says, from the RR, if an enemy's attack deals indirect damage, the indirect damage is dealt during step 4 of the enemy activation, after players have the opportunity to defend against the attack. After they have the opportunity to defend. So yeah, so I can defend it, I guess.
Yeah, it's basically any damage that actually gets dealt is indirect. So it's like it's like chump.
Exactly.
It's anti-chump tech,
All right.
right?
So I'm defending, and I'm playing desperate defense, and we're praying to God here.
Do we add the right amount of threat?
Oh, this has got to be... Yeah, I did. I added 3. Oh, no, it's 4. Yeah.
It's 4, right?
All right, we're praying to God here, and it's a real big prayer because this has got to be a 1 or a 0. That's what I'm saying.
Because you have this, right?
He's attacking for 4 now. I only defend for 5.
Should we have done that? Spent the cards?
I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. We got this. Boom! There it is! There it is! By the way, it's got an acceleration token now because he just decked. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, you should be more excited than that. That just worked. I just pulled some crap out of my butt, and it worked. I feel like you should be like super excited about that.
So are you defending
Well, hold
for me
on.
then?
Let me remove 3 from the main. Let me draw a card.
Draw a card.
I mean, I can defend for you, but I mean, I feel like you could just take it also, right? The only benefit of me defending for you is I armored vest. So that's 1 damage to him.
No, I have 9 health. The reason I healed was so I could take this on the chin.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not... I mean, I have Dance of Death. So it doesn't really... I mean, my 2 extra damage isn't going to matter, right? Like, nothing's going to matter here.
All right. Hopefully this is high.
This is you, right? You're just taking it?
Yeah. I mean, is it worth even doing it? You'll pay for that? 4. It's like 1 short.
Fine, right? Oh, from the main scheme.
No, any scheme.
Right? Oh, a scheme.
That's why you'll pay for that. It's like one of the best cards for aggression. It's like any
take
scheme
your 4
doesn't have that restriction.
And decide where you want to take it off of.
I mean, it's just 1 short of greatness.
I mean, it's okayness right now. Are you taking it off? I mean, you do have chase them down, right? Or is that main? No, it's a scheme. So chase them down. You can get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yes, that would have been good if he even drew 1 anything. All right.
Yeah, I needed that card you got.
Hold on. What's going on over here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still only have 7, so I can even chump because I got 3 cards coming my way, which is not wonderful. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't even know what to hope for.
You have grabbing.
Choose to either spend or hero. Collector attacks you with +1 attack. If you take any amount of damage for your attack.
I mean, you just grab on.
Well, do I or do I just chump it? I mean,
it's going to put 2 cards in the collection. Oh, wait. If you take any damage.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be me. It'd be Winter Soldier, right?
Yeah.
I got to
chump it.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Winter Soldier. Oops.
You go a nice, neat little box. He goes in a nice, neat little box now.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Oh, do you have the thing to draw it from me? Sweet.
Yep.
I mean, not that it matters. Oh, baby shark. Do. Do I block this? I mean, why not, right? I mean, it doesn't do anything but do 2 damage to him, but...
Oh, look at this. Look at this Yahoo.
Oh. I mean, I'm glad we got him now when it's basically over. Fingers crossed. Thank you, Wasteland Sniper. Those fingers.
Do I pull the servant bot?
If you do, then I can just dance of death. Make it happen. Oh, you got 2 on your turn and 2 on my turn? Can you do something?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I played Get Over Here.
Can you do something really cool, or do I just smack him with... Because you're first player, right?
I can hammer throw.
Yeah. You could do that. I could dance of death. He was all kinds of dead this turn. I mean, that was good.
It worked.
That was real good.
That was a good game. I
mean, we did it, right? Like, we literally took 2 of the hardest people to play against Collector Expert and beat Collector Expert. And it's not like the decks did us any favors. The only thing I think we got lucky on is I never drew high boosts. That screwed up my whole thing. So I was retaliating for 2 the whole game. Well, from when I got the card, right? Yeah, I mean, if I had taken 1 point of damage, it would have screwed up my whole mojo. You know what I mean? But I got rid of, on my opening hand, I got rid of both, whatchamacallits, the ones that confused them. So there was not much chance of flipping. Yeah, and there was so much threat, and we were dealing with that the whole time. And then like my synth suit, I never ever got my synth suit, which is literally the best card in my deck. You know?
Yeah, that +1 defense would have helped you a
Oh, for
lot.
sure. I mean, it wouldn't have because we got lucky, but the unexhausting. I mean, I certainly played enough of these cards that the unexhausting would have helped.
Yeah, I almost feel like if you had Sensu out, it kind of negates how bad the collector's effect is on you
Yes,
a little
because
bit.
then I get to unexhaust and exhaust to get rid of it. Because a lot of times I was defending twice, once for you and once for me. I mean, maybe not a lot of times, but
Yeah,
enough.
I mean that's definitely the defense style I think like you're supposed to do if you're going all in on defense in multiplayer. Like I am Gandalf, you shall not
Yeah.
pass kind of
I do
thing.
want to have a design discussion or a discussion with you at the end here. But let me read for Wasteland Sniper. First of all, he says, woot, win. Yes, that's right. And then Wasteland Sniper also says, your Baby Shark song makes me think of when I was watching playthroughs of Lord of the Rings, LCG, and every time Gandalf came into play, they played the I am Gandalf and Gandalf means me clip from the Hobbit cartoon. Nice. Now, did you see those? Do you know who was playing that? Which playthrough was that? We'll give him a shout out here.
I don't know what he's talking about. I'm very aware of
I
that
mean, I know
clip.
the clip. I am Gandalf, and Gandalf means me. That is from the original
I think
Hobbit, both the cartoon. I mean, obviously the book, but the cartoon and the first Hobbit movie both used the line. You know, sometimes they change the wording, but they did not for that.
I feel like they used it in the Lord of the Rings ACG, the digital thing that
Oh,
Asmodee
maybe
did.
that's what he was
That
talking
then
about.
like
He's watching playthroughs of Lord of the Rings. Oh, I'm not sure. It's been a while. He says no. So it's not from the ACG. He is talking about playthroughs of of the the LCG. So let's. Well, first of all, any final thoughts on collector versus these two specifically against this protection deck? About your aggression deck, like any final thoughts about any of this stuff?
I really like collector. I mean, I've lost more times to collector than probably you've lost to most villains, like a single
Yes,
villain,
right.
because I've played it so many times. And he's definitely like really like. I feel like the scaling in this game, there's just a lot more benefits I think to playing multiplayer than
Sure.
true solo. I think just the multiplier numbers don't quite work out the same. Like that 5 card collection limit is
Yeah.
really rough in true solo because you feel like there's a lot of headroom in the beginning, especially on expert. Like if you're putting 1, 2 cards in the beginning, like if you're not kind of staying on top of it continuously, it really hurts you. And I think similar to like threat, like you can flip down on Rhino, right? Like if you're playing 2 or more players, like there is that little bit of headroom. And I think the same
Well,
is here. But I
yeah,
really do like the.
scaling's
Go
interesting
ahead.
in this game. I mean, it's clearly meant for two players, right? I think everything is designed for two players. If I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe 3 and 4 work just as well. But when you look at scaling, it's weird. This card specifically, when I first saw this card and these cards, it made me say, "Wait a minute, they're scaling it weirdly here." Because it accelerates at 1 per player. Except when a card like this comes out, and then it's just 1 extra. It's not 1 per player extra. It's just 1 extra. But threat's always per player. So it's just kind of weird. You know what I mean? And then same thing with cards like this. In single player, you're literally adding 100% more cards. And in multiplayer, you're adding
Yep.
50% more cards. You know what I mean? Like, and when you get to 3 and 4 players,
Yeah,
it's
I,
even
I
less.
think how they get around that is that it's not like I think it's worse than it is easier in setup when you're talking about like Ronin. But I think the way it's designed here is that it shouldn't necessarily be like every player gets a card. It's like because if you both drew that card, it would
Sure.
be
I
like
no
if you both drew hazard icons, it would be like for
no, I
like a
get it.
lot more
I
cards.
totally get it.
So I think it's meant to be that way. But it is weird because then you're not as incentivized. Like in True Solo, like you really want to get rid of this card. Like it is these that Hazard
Oh
icon's
yeah,
really bad.
you're right. Well, in true solo for sure. I
Um,
think it's not as bad here, but even confused and stunned. You point this out to me before when I was making nothing but decks with stunned and confused all the time. You're like, those are solo decks, and that's something I want to talk about at the end here. Although I do want to answer a couple things from the chat first. Is just talking about how to deck build for solo versus co-op, because I was talking to Steve with Beat the Game. By the way, if you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, you like Marvel playthroughs, go check it out. But I was watching, or we were talking about, or he was watching my solo playthrough and was looking at my deck, and he's like, oh man, you should do this, this, and this. And everything he was suggesting is great for solo, but I don't know that it was great for two-handed decks. So just put that thought in your head, and we'll get to that discussion in a minute. But I do want to talk, answer some questions and do some chat from the tech, or do some discussion with the chat first. But think about that. Like, I think there are different strategies, and you've said this to me, and different deck building strategies even for multiplayer versus solo. And, just what are some tips that we think, help with duo decks that aren't, or what are some strategies that are great in solo decks that don't work as well in duo decks. So I want to talk about that a little bit. But let's see. Victor Von Doom jumped in and he said, who's your guys' favorite Galaxy Most Wanted villain to fight as a one-off? Is it Collector for you? I mean, I feel like you keep coming back to him.
I don't know if it's Collector for me. I guess like actually answering your question, not getting distracted by some of these other things about the icons. I do really like Collector a lot because he's different, right? And I think that's one thing Galaxy's Most Wanted does really well is that every villain does feel unique and very different, especially compared to if you look at like Rise of Red Skull, which is our only other campaign, or even the core set. Like I think those villains do feel different, and like they throw different things at you. But I think they definitely like turn it up a notch in Galaxy's Most Wanted. And I think the Collector is unique, and like the fact that we got crushed. Not that we brought decks that were necessarily good against them, but like the fact you have to go back and there is that, I think, extra level replayability. Like you do have to think about how you approach Collector, and you can't just go in with the default strategy that is good for the hero. And I think that's what makes Collector really fun, is that and it could be anti-fun for a lot of people. Like I think some people might just want to just do what they want to do for the hero and not feel like they're shut down. There is a part of it, I feel like in Aeon's End, right? Like any of those things where like someone has to pay down that cost to get rid of that card that's sitting out there, they just have a bad turn, right? And I think there is a lot of that in Galaxy's Most Wanted, and Collector's no exception to that, right? But yeah, I mean, I do really like the design of the collection, and it does really play a lot towards wanting to have event-heavy decks.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I mean, who would be great against it? Gamora. Gamora would love playing against Collector. Miss Marvel too. Lots of event-heavy stuff. You're right, Miss Marvel pulling those events back into her hand and playing them a second time. Yeah, that would be awesome.
But I think the design space is well done because, like as we got into this game, like even though you never played Sensuit, the fact that, we caught on the fact that you aren't like completely shut down, right? Like it's not like you can never play that stuff. It's not like you can never chump block. It's just a choice and it's a cost, right? And I think I like that in kind of card game design where they do throw a wrench at you and you have to think about it differently. But it isn't a like you can never do this thing. Like I love when there's in Lord of the Rings design, and they're doing it a lot here too, right? Like if you just look at this not this card, but like the one where it's like you pick, like, do you want to put a card in the collection, or do you want to put a card in your discard, but then
and that's
put threat,
the major
right? And it's just like
things. Whereas a lot of times, I mean, fighting is always good because it takes down the villain, but here they're really pushing you between thwart and this collection. It's like a third thing to worry about. I do like Collector. I mean, I'll be honest, I like them all for different things. So let's go through them one by one. Brotherhood of Badoon, I like because it is a harder version of a lot of earlier villains. I think that is the most standard villain that you have. So if you want to teach the game or learn the game easily, I think Brotherhood of Badoon is a more challenging, but not overly challenging, first intro scenario to play with somebody. I actually think when I play with Mike, by the way, you're not going to be here next week, right? So I think I'm playing with Mike, and
I'm
Brotherhood
not
of
around
Doom I
next
think would be a great place to start with Mike. You know what I mean? I think it's a good first scenario for people to play into, even though he's played before, but he hasn't played for a while. Infiltrate the Museum, which is the one we did, Collector 1, is really good, as you said. It gives you a third thing to think about, which not any of the other scenarios do. Escape the Museum is interesting because it's all about removing threat from the scheme, right? You don't kill the villain in that one. So, I mean...
Lord of the Rings. It's Lord of the Rings, the Marvel edition,
but
basically.
I mean, attacking and attacky heroes are just not going to be as good in that one. Nebula.
Well, I do like what they did where they aren't useless though, right? Like if you burn the villain down, it is actually very advantageous to you because he doesn't get that like boost effect that you normally get on his other side, and you also get to remove threats. So you get like both benefits, and it's like a non-trivial amount of threat, right? So it is still like attacking is still good in that one. But yeah, I love the theme. I guess going back to Brotherhood of Doom, I don't know if it's my favorite one, but it's definitely up there for one of my favorite ones. Of just it's just an all around great scenario. I love how they incorporate Milano into that one too.
It's fun,
it's just
right.
That ship command module has a lot of interesting decisions. Probably even more so than Nebula, right? Like you do feel like you get to use Milano, but like it also comes at a cost, and it's a similar design I think to what they did with the torch in Lord of the Rings, where it's like it's this thing that's a good effect and you can use it, but if it's exhausted, bad things can happen, right? And so you really have to make tough calls, and I think that may be my favorite modular out of all the ones they've designed. But there's a lot of great minions too, I think, that they've done in Brotherhood of Doom. That is kind of the default modular that you add in.
And again, I think it's more on the line of the difficulty with the other scenarios that we've had, with the other villains we've had in the past. Whereas then you get to Nebula and Ronan, and I mean, I don't know that anybody's going to say they're their favorite unless you really just want a challenge. I mean, I almost feel like they would probably be more fun to play on standard if you're looking for like a more casual. I don't think I've ever played them standard, but you know what I'm doing next week also. Speaking of you not being around, next week is Drax release as well, and I am gonna play Ronan with Drax because come on, of course you do. So I'm gonna play Drax's. Hopefully his out of the box starter deck is anywhere near good because I'm taking him up against Ronan standard. So we'll see how well that goes. It might be a 10-second playthrough with all that stuff that starts on Ronan.
Well, I feel like he's actually not. I mean, he's definitely hard, but I think removing that side, like the side schemes, is a huge. It takes off a lot of pressure, but he's still really hard, right? Like, but that side scheme is pretty bad.
By the way, this is my son who's joined, although he's too tall now, so you're gonna have to duck down to say hi.
Hello.
This is the camera.
Hi, camera.
I don't know if they can hear you. The microphone's over here. But so it'll be interesting. So Nebula and Ronan I think are the hardest. I would say neither of them is my favorite, but both of them are a fun challenge when that's what you're looking for. Like if you and I were to get together, if and when we get together live and we play something, I feel like that's what we want to challenge ourselves with, right? So it really depends who you're with and when.
I actually really like the Nebula design.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get back because there's a bunch of questions here, and I still want to have our solo versus duo discussion. All right. So, Wasteland Sniper says he found it. So this is the Lord of the Rings LCG playthroughs. It's called The Hive Tyrant. So go watch their playthroughs. I mean, if Wasteland Sniper likes it, it's probably pretty good. I really liked it. Wasteland Sniper also says I really like they decided to go a little crazy with Galaxy's Most Wanted. Haven't attempted Ronin yet myself, but every other scenario has been a fun challenge. And let me tell you, Ronin is interesting. You will see Ronin's challenge as you set Ronin up. Like Ronin, they don't hide it. They just put it out there right on turn 0, right? So Ronin's an interesting one, but he is tough. I mean, he's certainly tougher than Nebula, but we lost to Nebula more than we lost to Ronin. Now Nebula made us change our decks, and we did the better decks when we went to Ronin. So But we definitely had a harder time with Nebula than we did with Ronin. But I think, again, it's because we just didn't have good enough decks when we first started playing Nebula.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Victor Von Doom says, gonna miss next week, but Mike is the reason I started playing Marvel Champions, and ironically, he hasn't played it much since he did his playthrough. Now, part of it is that I ended up getting it, and part of it is, look, Mike just gets new games all the time, and he's constantly filming new stuff. I mean, that's why people love our main One Stop Co-op Shop channel. You come here to kind of be in with your old favorites. We certainly do new stuff here as well, but it's more comfortable, it's more discussion, it's more what we're doing on the chatting with people here. That's what this channel is more about. It's more like being part of our family, being part of our game night, whereas the main channel is definitely for new hotness. Like, you want to see all the new hot co-op and solo games, you go watch playthroughs in an hour on the main channel. I don't know that we're gonna get under an hour very often here, just because it's more interactive. So it's that. And then Wasteland Sniper's pretty excited. Yes, Drax versus Ronin. I mean, come on. That's like what it's all about, right?
I mean, thematically,
I
you
expect to get my
then?
butt kicked. In fact,
like...
I had 2 pictures to choose from for the video for next week. And there was one where Ronin was like holding Drax up in one hand, like basically, like about to slam him into the ground and kill him. I mean, I fully expect to lose the scenario. I mean, come on, I'm playing with a starter deck, right? Like, I mean, the starter decks.
There's a lot of really good cards from what I've seen from that deck. I mean, it's been spoiled at this point. If not, I know you don't, but like if the audience wants to go look at it, it is up on Hall of Heroes. You can look at. I mean, it's just people taking pictures, but it is all out there, and there's some great cards. And he's protection based, so you could even make this deck even better. I think.
The whole reason I don't look at it is because I like to have the genuine enthusiasm of seeing it for the first time when the audience is seeing it for the first time. So yeah, that'll be next Saturday. But Friday night, Mike and I are going to play. If Mike doesn't want to play or whatever happens Friday night, then I'll end up doing I'll do Drax Friday night. I don't care, or I'll find something else to play Friday night.
You could try to get Steve.
Well, so here's the problem. I was thinking about this earlier. I'm like, gosh, why do Steve and I never stream together? Like, it makes sense. We're both on the streaming channel. It's kind of our thing that we do together. Like, why do we never stream together?
Together, but apart.
The problem is, every time we stream together, that's a night out of both of our weeks that we're streaming. And right now, we're streaming on other nights, so that way we get more streams up every week, if that makes sense. Whereas if we both are in on the same night, then that's one less night of streaming for the week for the audience. So it's kind of hard for.
But he plays games on Friday nights. I know that much.
Okay.
Well, not all the time, but I think sometimes. Like I think he was playing Union City or something. I could be wrong, but I thought he was playing Union City on Discord.
But then he's playing with people on Discord, stuff like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind playing with Steve. I honestly just asked Mike and Jerry because I know we're not streaming next Saturday. So I was like, hey, do you guys want to stream Friday? Because Saturdays are in-person game night. I was like, hey, if either you want to stream Friday, Terence isn't around. So I threw it out to those two because I also think it would be fun to do more of a newbie-friendly stream, because I feel like we don't explain the rules anymore when we play, right? People who are watching this really have to know something about Marvel Champions to get something out of it. Certainly if they didn't, they could ask questions in the chat. Obviously we're very responsive, but I feel like having a more newbie friendly game next week wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, where I kind of get to explain everything. So Wasteland Sniper says, yeah, his cards look pretty good. I have zero self-control when it comes to hero spoilers.
That's how I am.
Well, the only reason I do it is, like I said, for genuine enthusiasm when we are doing the stream. All right, so let's do one last discussion, Terence. And actually, I don't know why I didn't just make us bigger. I should have done that a little while back. Let's get off at studio mode. Oh, did I just make the background completely dark? Well, that's okay if I did. Terence, I got your name there, although it's in here. I'll put us under our names. There you go.
I have no idea what we're doing because I can't see, so I just go with the. Going
Nice.
with the flow here.
Well, yeah. So let's talk about creating solo versus creating duo decks. What are your? Because you're the first one that said it to me. You said, Peter, I feel like you always make solo decks when we first started streaming together. Now, I think I've gotten a little better at not doing that anymore. But yeah, I mean, almost all my decks. I mean, I'll say the obvious one, which I had said earlier, which is I tended to put a lot of stun and confuse in, and I still think they're great cards. But again, just like the +1 icons, I think they're not as good in multiplayer because you're only avoiding the attack on or thwart on one person, not on both.
I mean, they're still super status effects. I think in this game are still super strong on either side. Like it sucks when you get them, and it's great if you can do them. Tough is still super strong either way. But I feel like they're just way stronger in true solo because there's only
Yes.
one activation, right? Like you can stun and kind of expect to not have to deal with an attack or a, you know, scheme if you do confuse. And I think that's where like Spider Woman's pheromones, the fact
Right.
that it does both,
Well, of
is
course.
super strong.
Or, I mean, Spider-Man, too.
So
because Spider-Man's got the thing that basically prevents an attack
Web
and
dot.
then stuns him afterwards. So it's like a double stun, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know, it's just it's still great. Like that's one attack that you don't have to take, but you know, if you're playing 4 player, that's one
Exactly.
of 4 attacks. So and the fact that you can't like stun them 4 times means it doesn't
Right.
scale
That's
as
true.
well. But you know, it's still like a grid effect. It's just not as strong, I think, in multiplayer. I think unique cards. I learned that really quickly in Lord of the Rings. I don't think it's as bad in Marvel Champions because you have the signature set stuff, but you know, it does mean like you can't share Quinn Carrier. It does mean like, oh, how bad do you need Quinn Carrier versus Hela Carrier, right? Where definitely in multiplayer, like uh, you could make the argument Hela Carrier is probably a better card because you can use it across the table, right? And I think like that kind of stuff comes into play more. I think you're when you're talking about building multiplayer decks too, like any of those cards, like you're mousing over Armored Vest right now in TTS, but like any of those cards that say play under any player's control becomes interesting, right? It's not just that I'm including it for myself, right? Like I have thought about including multiple copies of cards now because I could play it on another player,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. I mean, that's really
Or
good. No, the reason I was asking about it is because there's a card and I can't remember it, and I think it defends +2, and if you defend all the damage, you remove 2 threat from the scheme. I believe there's something like that. Isn't there momentum shift? No. Get behind me. I can't remember what it was, but we were kind of debating which card I should put in my deck. That or is it Indomitable? No. I can't remember what it is. But basically, we're debating whether I should put in the card that lets myself untap or whether I should put in the card that removes 2 threat. And I said I'd rather do the one that lets me unexhaust myself because that will also let me prevent on or block on your turn. Maybe it was even removes 3 threat, so it would be even better, right? I can't remember exactly what it was. But bottom line is, it was maybe better if you look at it as pure actions. Like if I unexhaust myself, I can only, I get 1 extra thwart. But the problem becomes in multiplayer, it's not as good because I can't defend for the other person and I can't do things like collector, exhaust myself to remove a card from the collection. Like it's not as flexible. And I feel like in a solo game, it's almost obvious that you take the one that does the extra thwarting. But I think in multiplayer, it's not as obvious. I think there's more you can do to help the other person.
yeah, and I think there's a part of it too when you're talking about multiplayer decks is it's fine actually. Like it's not like the solo decks are bad. Like they're obviously good to some degree, but there's also part of it where like if you built a protection deck for true solo, you're going to have to put cards in here that do thwarting beyond hard to ignore, right? Like you may take
Right.
less efficient cards because there is no one else, right? Like there's no one else you can rely on. And I think there's part of it that like this is true. This is true in both Arkham and Lord of the Rings as well. It's just, do you really specialize in a role and have that efficiency that like you're really just going to focus on doing this one thing, and you're going to get as much like out of
Right.
it that you can, right? Like a Justice player that's really going to focus on thwarting down, and they're going to do it so much that they're able to even use those cards that say, when it's at 0, or when you clear it, like you get
Right.
other things out of it, do damage,
Right.
draw
But then you
cards,
have to
stuff
be
like
the one to
that.
get it to 0 is the key.
Yeah. I mean, but what's interesting about that is like there's also a spectrum of that, right? Like I feel like 2-player is kind of the sweet spot for
Right.
those builds because at least for Justice, maybe not for Protection to some degree. But again, like in Protection, 2-player is a sweet spot that you can stun and defend, and so you can probably get 2 like
Yeah.
attacks
Maybe
negated
3 even. Maybe.
effectively in 2-player. But like when you scale to 3 or 4, like you're not defending
Right.
for all 4 players. Like that's just not reasonable. And that's the same for Justice too, right? Like you look at all these hinder side schemes, or you look at the main scheme, like it's going up by so much in a 4-player game that like those, I get that thing down to 0. I get the main scheme down to 0 to get like a pivotal momentum going.
It's just hard. Yeah.
Like that's just much harder, right? Like it's going up by so
Right.
much every turn. The side schemes are so enormous, right? And so there's certain cards that just become super valuable, like Spider-Man Ally in solo, actually really expensive. Spider-Man Ally in 4-player, expensive, but removes 12 thwart. That's
Wait,
very good
what?
efficiency, right?
Oh.
It's 3 per player off a side scheme when you play him, but he costs 5 in
Oh.
Justice. So in true solo, that's 3. You're paying 5
Right.
to remove 3. In 4-player, you're paying 5
Yeah.
to remove 12.
Which is good. Real good.
Yeah, which is like, yeah, it doesn't scale quite. It scales really
Well,
well in multiplayer.
I don't think this game scales perfectly. Like I said, I feel like this game is a 2-player game. Although I play it true solo all the time, and this is what we were talking about earlier. Just to divert from the topic a little bit, I feel like the benefit of true solo in this game is it's so fast that I don't care if I lose real quick. I could just set it up and play again. Whereas multiplayer, even 2-player, you're playing for over an hour. An hour and a half. When we're not talking as much as we do for the stream and stuff, it's probably an hour and a half for a multiplayer. Now you get up to 3 players, now you're talking about an hour and a half to 2 hours at least. So it's a lot harder to say, oh, we just got a bad draw here, let's set it up and play again, when you're 2 to 3 hours in.
Yeah, I do think in the higher player counts, it is balanced by you have more room to kind of
Wiggle room.
it is more evened out of just like it's
Yeah.
less spiky, right? The more cards you're drawing. Like you're just gonna draw more cards and you're just gonna deal with them. Whereas like a single card can really ruin, I think, the game for what at the lower player
Sure,
counts to
when
some
we
degree.
get all that
It's not
surge,
totally true, but
that means it's not in the deck
yeah.
for somebody else in a multiplayer game, but in solo or duo, that means you just got a ton of surge, and like it means
Yeah.
you're dealing with 5 or 6 cards, 7 cards sometimes we'd get with Nebula. It was crazy. But then, like, if that's a 4-player game, yeah, one person's got to deal with 7 cards, but then the other 2 or 3 might have to deal with like nothing. Because there are certainly events that are better and worse than other.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think another example of like obviously Get Over Here is a much worse true solo card.
Sure. I mean,
The one that
yeah,
pulls
it
the
brings
minion.
the minion to you, right? But it's way better in 4-player because, especially for Thor, who wants to, that's a way to get a minion in front of you, let you draw 2 cards without having to add extra minions to the pool of minions that everybody's dealing with. So it's a great card in 4-player because somebody is likely to have a minion. Whereas 2-player, I didn't have that many minions throughout the course of this game, and it of course depends on the villain you're fighting as well.
I used it one time, man. Feels good. I put 3 ofs, I think, in this deck of that
Well,
card.
it makes sense, right? You want to draw minions in front of you, and and that's a great way to do it, especially against Collector. So Wasteland Sniper had a couple comments. He said Michael Boggs just did an interview and mentioned balancing the game at different player counts. It was from Marvel Champions Monthly Podcast, number 42. So there you go. There's a shout out for Marvel Champions Monthly Podcast. Go check them out. All right, Terence. Well, I think we've exhausted the discussion for tonight. Thanks for joining me. I think it was fun. So there's a couple of special things going on this weekend. Number one, well, I guess it's after midnight. So today is my wife's birthday. Although I still will be playing Gloomhaven with the guys tonight. So you'll see that Saturday night. I think we start at 9:30 for Gloomhaven. And then Sunday is my birthday. So, and I think I'm playing KDM with Barrett. We're starting at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard for all these times, by the way. We're playing at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard on Sunday night, which is my birthday. So yes, my wife and I have back-to-back birthdays, and then Tuesday is my daughter's birthday. So we got a lot. And actually, last Wednesday was my mom's birthday. So we call it birthday week. Start with my mom's birthday, and literally 7 days later, it's my daughter's birthday, and we've had all of our birthdays in there.
Nice. Is Barrett singing happy birthday for you on stream?
Like, there's no question. Show up for that. And maybe I'll have him bring some cake too, or just liquor. We'll just drink for my birthday. I mean, let's be honest. After you get past a certain age, you don't need cake anymore. Just alcohol is fine. The cake is delicious.
I'm just not old enough.
Oh, no,
I still love cake.
No. Do people not like cake? I mean, I don't think that's a thing.
I mean, there's people, I guess, who don't like sweets, like the rare few or whatever.
Is
that I think
he does not love. He does not love cake. Wasteland Sniper, I don't know what that says. I cannot read that. that is not in English. So sorry.
Happy early birthday. I won't be on stream to join you because my sister's coming into town actually tomorrow from New York and is staying from Saturday to flying out on Sunday. So basically a week. And haven't seen her obviously since the kind of pandemic stuff started. So that is why I won't be around next week.
No. It's important to do that stuff every once in a while. We're going to take some time off. I know I'm going to have time off. I've been streaming 2 to 3 times a week every week. And even Steve went on vacation last week and still somehow got like 3 streams in. So, I mean, we're doing it because we love it, but at some point we're going to have to slow down, especially now. It's kind of a slow period for game relief. Oh, Wasteland Sniper says it's happy birthday in Korean. Thank you, Wasteland Sniper. I appreciate that. I'll have to copy and paste that one so that way I know it. Because actually I have a lot of Korean friends in this area. I live in Ellicott City, Maryland.
Yeah, you're in like K-Town.
I am, yeah.
Capital,
Ellicott
right?
City, Maryland. We
Down
definitely
there.
have a lot of Korean, influence in this area. Certainly, a lot of good Korean barbecue, like a lot of great stuff here in Ellicott City, Maryland. So yeah, and a lot of our neighbors and friends are Korean as well. So yeah, one of my buddies just moved back to Korea. I'm actually very sad about that, but obviously best for him and his family. But anyway, I've divulged way too much tonight. Now all I have to do is put my social security number on here, and anybody can steal my identity. So I should probably stop giving out so much personal information. All right, Terence. Great seeing you as always, man. And I will talk to you soon.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.